the summer rain. I saw the news, you were back again in the red, red sky, in the red, red sky.
Give me the money, I wrote to the Rotary Foundation. Give me the opportunity, and I will take a country western bluegrass band to Russia. We will go to the orphanages, the hospitals, the hospices, the schools, and to the public, and we will share this uniquely American form of music. Why? Because it won't matter if the Russians don't speak English. It won't matter that we don't speak Russian. The key of C is the same everywhere, and music endures. It endures political change, it endures social upheaval, it crosses cultural and geographic borders. Let us share our music with our former political enemies, and we will promote peace and world understanding. This is the story of MacLeod and the 5 individuals who gave 28 concerts in 12 days in the Russian Far East in Siberia. David Mannheimer, violinist and vocalist who works by day as a state appellate judge.
The thing that struck me the most about this trip was the incredible diversity that we saw in Russia. We saw land that looked very much like Alaska. We saw land that looked like the Puget Sound area. When we went to Novosibirsk, we saw huge sprawling wheat fields like the upper plains of the United States. Because we were being sponsored by Rotary, we had a chance to stay with Rotarians in the various cities, and so we not only got a chance to see the country, but also to enjoy the companionship of the Russian people, which meant a great deal to me.
Marianne C., vocalist and guitarist, by day a biologist and administrator for a government environmental agency.
The Russia trip was an extraordinary experience. It was indescribable to be in Russia with school children and people who had never heard bluegrass but who really enjoyed it, really made us feel welcome, and gave us a wonderful, wonderful reception everywhere we went.
Chuck Dunnigan, banjo and dobro player, who lawyers by day and endures wicked banjo jokes by night.
The most enduring vision from the trip for me was the Russian children. They were just beautiful. Everywhere we went and every show that we gave to an audience of children, they were well behaved and well dressed. And they seemed awfully happy, and they also seemed very talented. Quite often we would give a show to a school, and after we were finished, we would sit down and the students would give a show for us. Invariably, we were always glad to have been the first ones on.
Lowell Webb, mandolin and dobro player, registered nurse and medical administrator during the week, and budding pilot whenever possible.
I have to say that the trip to Russia was one of the coolest things I've ever done. The people were warm, their hospitality was truly wonderful. The children were absolutely beautiful. The depth of their respect and love for the arts over there is quite astonishing. And I couldn't help but compare that to what I see in American children and my own kids. But I really came away feeling that the future of their country belongs to the kids.
And Dick Dooley, bass guitarist by affection, administrator for civilian personnel by profession.
One of the lasting impressions that stayed with me was the fact that whenever we started playing music, the children's faces became bright, their eyes twinkled, which of course fed the band to be able to play their best and to share the universal language, which of course is music.
Together with a volunteer photographer and District 5010's governor, these 5 non-Rotarians introduced Russians to country western and bluegrass music. Music heard for the first time in the communities of Vladivostok, Nahodka, Khabarovsk, Novosibirsk, Barnaul, and Tomsk. And everywhere we went, the audiences were enchanted by the music and by the opportunity to have their own special concert. I persuaded the Rotary Foundation that this was a good way to spend foundation money. But the truth is that sometimes at night when I was all alone, I had difficulty persuading myself. Why music? Why not food, clothing, or medicine in a place where all are in such short supply? Fortunately for my peace of mind, an elderly lady gave me the answer at our first stop in Vladivostok. Living under appalling conditions, she and approximately 130 other residents who had fought for their country in World War II were the first Russians to hear a country western bluegrass performance by MacLeod. When the concert was over and the audience surrounded us with handshakes, she said, "Thank you for remembering us." Later that same day, the band entertained children at a cancer hospice. The children loved the live entertainment, the chance to see the instruments up close, and all the candies we handed out. After the general concert, the band gave a private concert for a few cancer patients who were too sick to leave their room. The silent tears of the mandolin player were a poignant statement of what they had all seen in that room and how much it hurt. And then I got it. In a country where music has endured every political regime and survived every economic and social change possible, Russians hold music in a special place in their hearts. In a country where there's no such thing as a free concert, District 5010 sent its music to the people who needed to hear it the most. The ill, the abandoned, the neglected, the dying. We did more than entertain them for a few brief moments. We brought them a different brand of nourishment. We told them that they were not forgotten. We told them that we remembered. We told them that Rotary cares.
Kind angels of mercy are waiting there to greet you, standing on the shore of everlasting light. They sing, "Come and join us across the shining water. Our lanterns of love will guide us through the night. We'll be dancing, 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 dancing with the angels, just like old Daniel in the lion's den. The door will be open and the feast set out before you, dancing with the dancing, dancing, dancing with the angels, just like old Daniel in the lion's den. The door will be open and the feast set out before you, dancing with the angels, while the lions roar, dancing with the